The teasers dropped. The fandom went silent. In an instant, the entire K-pop world was turned upside down. HYBE is panicking, and the leaks they tried to stop are, like, just the beginning.
Welcome to StarScope K-Report. Join Eric and Minji as they ride the Hallyu Wave, uncovering the biggest K-pop comebacks, shocking industry controversies, and major K-drama updates. From internet-breaking rumors to historic chart milestones, we dive deep into the world of Korean entertainment.
Today, we are taking you right into the eye of the storm. Because, I mean, if you are a fan navigating the modern Hallyu Wave right now, the ground is basically shifting beneath your feet.
Oh, for sure. It really is.
We are looking at a completely unprecedented and honestly incredibly aggressive new era of corporate narrative control coming out of HYBE.
Yeah, it's wild.
Like, we're talking about a massive entertainment conglomerate launching international legal manhunts over, barely audible album leaks.
Right, and systematically silencing their own fans' backlash on their proprietary platforms.
Exactly, and then finally doing the absolute unthinkable in K-pop, which is confirming a dating rumor.
It's a massive paradigm shift. We are, moving far away from the traditional model of just managing an artist's schedule or public image.
Yeah, the old days are gone.
They really are.
Yeah.
Now we're in this heavily policed era where the agency meticulously controls the entire ecosystem surrounding those artists. Every tweet, every forum post, every rumor is treated as an asset that has to be legally or algorithmically managed.
So let's start with what was supposed to be, pure historic celebration. BTS's full group comeback after a 3-year, 9-month hiatus.
The album is ARIRANG, right?
Yeah. But right as the hype is peaking, this massive headline breaks in the news. HYBE is panicking. The BTS leaks they tried to stop.
Which is the absolute worst case scenario for a company operating at this scale.
Right.
When an IP is worth billions, a leak isn't just an annoyance, It's a direct threat to shareholder value and, carefully orchestrated global marketing campaigns.
But, okay, when you actually dig into the timeline, the panic feels completely disjointed from reality.
How so?
Well, in early March 2026, there's this ex-user operating under the handle jhope.
Right. Yeah, with the totally unsubtle display name BTS Arrow Leak.
Exactly. And they start posting unreleased audio of the title track, Swim. And they didn't just stop at audio either.
No, they were dropping lyrics, concept art, cover images, the whole package.
Yeah. And what makes it so fascinating to me isn't even the leak itself, but the immediate, almost militaristic response from the fandom.
Oh, absolutely. If you look at the real-time threads that were popping up on Reddit, the reaction from both domestic K-nets and international fans was like watching a highly trained digital militia mobilize.
They became internet ninjas. I mean, normally in pop culture, a leak spreads like wildfire, right? Because everyone wants the early scoop.
Right, you want to be the first to hear it.
But the fandom actively buried it. They went completely radio silent on the audio, refused to share it, and orchestrated this massive campaign to mass report the user directly to BigHit.
And the irony is that the leaked audio was supposedly barely audible anyway, recorded in a tin can.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Plus, this leaker was simultaneously posting vile hate comments about the members, which instantly alienated anyone who might have even been curious.
Oh, yeah, that's just a terrible strategy for a troll.
Exactly. They got absolutely zero traction because Army's loyalty shut the entire operation down before it even started.
Okay, so I have to stop you here and play devil's advocate for a second.
Go for it.
Because this is where HYBE's reaction genuinely confuses me. The fans successfully contained the leak, right? ARIRANG still went on to achieve a historic all-kill. I mean, the stats are completely insane.
They really are.
They pulled 110 million Spotify streams in 24 hours. They sold 3.98 million copies on Hanteo on day one, breaking their own record from Map of the Soul 7.
Unbelievable numbers.
So with all that unprecedented success, why is HYBE treating this anonymous failed troll like a 5-alarm fire? Like they're dragging this into a U.S. federal court. It's like calling in a SWAT team for a water balloon fight that the fans already cleaned up.
That is a highly expensive SWAT team, too. I mean, going through a U.S. federal court isn't cheap or fast.
Right.
But the reason they are taking that financial hit and pushing this so aggressively is because of a very strict ticking clock baked into South Korean telecommunications law.
Wait, what ticking clock?
Under those rules, ISP user data is legally purged after 90 days, period.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so if HYBE doesn't act instantly to force X to unmask the user, that digital trail vanishes forever.
So they literally have to leap over international borders before the data gets wiped.
Exactly.
But How do they actually force an American company to comply with Korean defamation laws?
They utilize a very specific, powerful legal tool. It's called 28 U.S.C. Section 1782.
Okay, sounds intense.
It is. This statute allows a foreign entity to petition a U.S. court to force an American company to turn over evidence for a foreign proceeding.
I see. Because typically, U.S. tech platforms protect anonymous speech vigorously under the First Amendment.
Exactly. But Section 1782 bypasses that by honoring international legal proceedings. So HYBE originally filed this in California.
Right.
But then X moved its headquarters to Texas.
Oh, man. So did HYBE just throw in the towel?
Not at all. They relentlessly refiled the petition in Texas. And on August 5th, they won the discovery request to get the user's IP address, name, and the payment info linked to their account.
That level of relentless pursuit is just wild to me.
It shows they aren't playing around.
But, okay, what happens once they actually get that name? Because I was looking at the 2026 Defamation Laws in Korea guide, and this leaker's about to hit a brick wall.
Oh, absolutely. Korean cyber laws are incredibly severe.
Yeah. You can be criminally punished, even for telling the truth if it damages a reputation, let alone spreading unauthorized intellectual property and hate speech.
Right. But the standard of digital evidence required to even bring those charges forward is a massive hurdle. Though HYBE is clearly prepared to clear it.
I was reading about this evidence standard,
Yeah.
and it blew my mind. The PDF rule, have you heard of this?
Yes. It's so specific.
Because if someone is harassing you online in the U.S., you might just take a quick screenshot on your phone to show the police.
Right, just a quick snap.
But in the Korean legal system, that gets thrown out immediately. The police require forensic quality PDF captures of the entire browser window.
Mm-hmm. It has to show the full URL, the exact timestamp.
And sometimes the source code. Because a standard JPEG screenshot is just too easy to manipulate with basic editing software. You have to prove absolute cryptographic authenticity.
And once HYBE hands over those forensic PDFs, the penalties are honestly life-altering.
Really? Like what?
Well, if convicted of spreading falsehoods and defamation, the penalty can reach up to 7 years in prison or a 50 million won fine.
7 years. Wow. Which I guess brings us to the HYBE system, the settlement process.
Exactly, because the primary goal for the perpetrator usually becomes avoiding a permanent criminal record at all costs.
Right. Nobody wants that following them around forever.
So they end up begging the victim, in this case, HYBE, for a settlement. This HYBE process can cost them millions of won in civil damages alone.
Ouch.
And more importantly, they have to sign a HYBE seo.
What's that?
It's a legally binding agreement requiring a mandatory public apology, the deletion of all accounts and posts, and a clause where the victim essentially agrees not to press for maximum criminal punishment.
So HYBE is setting a very public, very terrifying precedent here. They want every potential leaker to know that hiding behind an anonymous anime profile pic on X won't save you.
Definitely.
Hey, real quick, if you love staying updated on the intricate mechanics of your favorites, make sure you're subscribed to StarScope K-Report because we've got even bigger scoops ahead in this deep dive.
You don't want to miss it.
Because while this legal manhunt is a masterclass in aggressive brand protection, what's profoundly confusing is their strategy on their own proprietary app, Weverse.
Oh, that tonal shift is crazy.
Right. HYBE is spending thousands in U.S. courts to defend the ban from an ex-troll, but simultaneously, they are actively silencing the actual fans on their home turf.
Yeah, this is where the narrative shifts from policing external threats to heavily managing internal dissent.
Because we just saw the fandom acting as a digital shield for the leak.
Right. But almost overnight, a massive controversy erupts, where the fandom goes from protecting BTS to actively protesting them.
So reports came out showing RM and jhope posting a video on Instagram of themselves attending Usher and Chris Brown's concert.
Yeah.
They were seen dancing to Look at Me Now and taking photos backstage. And to understand the gravity here, you really have to look at the timing of everything.
The timing is crucial.
BTS is currently in the middle of their massive North American ARIRANG World Tour. They're playing Baltimore, Texas, Toronto, Chicago, LA. They were performing to completely sold-out stadium crowds while this controversy is just violently boiling over online.
And we really have to look at this impartially and focus on the mechanics of the fandom's reaction.
Right.
Because for a predominantly female fan base, Chris Brown's long, thoroughly documented history of allegations and abuse is a glaring red flag.
Obviously.
So the fandom immediately fractured. You have a significant portion of fans feeling genuine, deep, and painful disappointment.
Yeah.
And if you've ever been part of a dedicated community, what do you do when you want to communicate with the leadership? You go to the designated town square.
Right, which for K-pop fans, that used to be the fan-run-down fan cafe.
Exactly. But today, it is Weverse.
So they took their valid, carefully worded criticisms directly to the platform built specifically for fan-artist interaction.
Mm-hmm.
But here's where the corporate control aspect rears its head again. Fans started noticing and actually documenting that their critical but entirely non-abusive posts on Weverse were systematically vanishing.
Just poof, gone.
And worse, accounts were suddenly becoming inaccessible or even suspended for simply expressing disappointment.
Right, and to understand why this is happening, you have to look at Weverse not as a standard social media platform, but as a walled garden.
A walled garden.
Yeah. Unlike X or Reddit, where algorithms thrive on controversy and engagement, Weverse is entirely owned and operated by HYBE.
Right, so they hold all the cards.
They control the terms of service, they control the moderation algorithm.
So they can just flip a switch and make a conversation disappear.
Exactly. When you factor in the corporate risk calculus, HYBE is looking at a multi-million-dollar North American stadium tour.
Yeah, a lot of money on the line.
Addressing a highly sensitive controversy involving a polarizing American artist is incredibly risky. From a purely cynical business perspective, utilizing their proprietary moderation tools to quietly scrub the controversy from their official platform is deemed vastly safer for the bottom line.
Right, rather than issuing a statement that might alienate either side of the divided fandom.
Exactly.
It's like a company setting up a dedicated customer feedback box, encouraging you to pour your heart into it, only to install a high-speed paper shredder right behind the slot.
That is the perfect analogy.
And if you've ever tried to manage a massive community on Discord or Reddit, you know that deleting polite criticism almost always causes a bigger riot. The psychological damage of that censorship is massive.
And that psychological damage raises a really profound issue regarding the emotional core of the BTS-ARMY relationship.
Oh, totally.
Because for years, BTS has historically referred to ARMY as our biggest voice. I mean, it's in album credits, it's woven into their UN speeches. That phrase is sacred.
Yeah, it really is.
So when fans quote that exact phrase while watching their respectful critiques get scrubbed by a corporate algorithm, the dissonance is just deafening.
It's the horrific feeling of being silenced by the exact same people who spent a decade telling you to speak up.
Exactly. And then you compound that isolation with the current digital landscape. The members aren't really interacting on Twitter much anymore.
Yeah.
Instagram comments are completely disabled. So by heavily censoring Weverse, fans are left feeling trapped and disconnected.
Yeah, they feel abandoned by the Maknae line, the rap line, the entire group.
The agency is essentially signaling that they only want the fandom's voice when it's cheering, not when it's challenging them.
Oof. Hey, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a KT update, because the whiplash of HYBE's PR strategy right now is honestly enough to give you vertigo.
It really is.
We go from the agency actively, algorithmically silencing dissent on their proprietary app to suddenly dropping a bombshell of absolute transparency regarding an idol's highly guarded private life.
I still can't believe this happened. The ultimate K-pop taboo has been completely shattered. HYBE actually confirmed a dating rumor.
Wait, I have to stop you. BigHit confirmed it. Actually confirmed it.
They actually did.
Let's lay out the facts here based on the news that broke. The rumors reignited when actress Song Do-yeon posted a video on TikTok showing her waiting by an elevator for Jimin.
Right.
Normally, a video like this sparks a firestorm of speculation. The agency releases a vague, non-committal statement about artist privacy, and we all move on.
That has been the gold standard playbook in K-pop for decades.
Yeah.
If a bias gets caught up in a dating rumor, the agency denies it, completely ignores it, or threatens to sue the netizens talking about it. But BigHit Music stepped up and released an official statement confirming that they did, in fact, date in the past.
And this is where I am genuinely so confused. Why the sudden 180 here?
It's a huge shift.
Because HYBE stayed completely, frustratingly silent during the massive dating rumors involving V and Jungkook last year, right?
Oh, absolutely silent.
When the internet was practically breaking under the weight of the speculation. And the timeline for Jimin is muddy.
Very muddy.
Some reports suggested they dated briefly around his December 2023 enlistment, while HYBE claims it was many years ago and they are no longer together.
Right.
Regardless of the timeline, why did the agency feel the sudden need to step in and confirm anything?
Well, to grasp the magnitude of this shift, you really have to understand the historical economics of parasocial dependency in K-pop.
Okay, break that down for us.
For decades, agencies literally banked on the illusion of availability. Idols were marketed as boyfriends or girlfriends to the fans.
Right.
If a dating rumor broke in the 2010s, it wasn't just a scandal, it was a financial crisis. Stock prices would literally plummet because the core economic driver, the fan who buys 50 albums for a chance at a video call, felt betrayed.
Yeah, the whole business model was built on maintaining that fantasy of absolute availability.
Exactly. Idols have literally been removed from their groups for dating in the past.
That's crazy.
But as K-pop has globalized, that obsessive stan culture has become increasingly volatile and harder to contain. Ignoring a rumor completely leaves a massive vacuum of information.
Right, and nature abhors a vacuum.
Especially the internet. That vacuum is instantly filled with conspiracy theories, malicious harassment campaigns against the supposed partner, and endless deep dive TikTok analyses.
So by stepping in and confirming it, they puncture the vacuum.
Think of it like executing a controlled burn in a forest.
Oh, I like that.
You deliberately light a small, manageable fire on your own terms to stop a massive, unpredictable wildfire from burning down the entire ecosystem.
That makes so much sense.
By stating, yes, they dated in the past, but it is definitively over, they completely kill the momentum of the rumor mill. They acknowledge the fans' intelligence while simultaneously setting a hard boundary.
It's damage control through highly curated transparency.
Exactly.
They are basically saying, here is a piece of the truth. Now stop harassing this actress and stop trending hashtags.
And when you look at it through that lens, it perfectly aligns with their other actions.
How so?
Whether it's dragging an ex-user to a Texas courtroom, tweaking an algorithm to delete Weverse posts, or dropping a strategic truth bomb about an idol's love life, it is all about maintaining an iron grip on the narrative.
Asserting absolute control. That is the running theme here.
100%.
Which leaves you, the listener, with a really profound question to chew on as you navigate these incredibly complex fandom spaces today. If K-pop agencies are now utilizing U.S. federal courts to unmask anonymous trolls across international borders,
Right.
and if they are utilizing walled garden algorithms to heavily moderate and delete fan dissent on proprietary apps like Weverse,
Yep.
and if they are strategically deploying the truth about past relationships just to kill ongoing uncontrollable rumors.
It's a lot.
It is. Are we witnessing the permanent death of the Wild West era of K-pop stan culture? Will the future of the Hallyu Wave require fans to sign literal, legally binding terms and conditions just to participate in a fandom?
The era of the untamed internet is rapidly closing, I think. The corporatization of the fandom experience might just be in its final, most rigid phase.
You've been listening to StarScope K-Report, where Eric and Minji bring you the stories shaping K-pop, K-dramas, and the global Hallyu Wave. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.